Hey y'all, so I am here to talk about my plans by Just Scribble. I took it out of its case. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. I took it out of its case because I had the front cover and the back cover into the case, and I found that it was kind of bending it, and I didn't like the way it was bending it. And let me see, I think if I can look, well, right up in here it was kind of like humped up like that, so I took it out, and I think I can use it. I just took it out this morning, so I think I can use it for the rest of the June, because it's almost June now. I can use it for the rest of the June without a cover. I am going to be just sticking it inside the cover, but not putting it into the pockets. Where is it? Oh. And I know some of it is probably because I have stuff in it, which was what was causing the problem. So when I put it into the case like that, y'all can see. So yeah. So I will probably just be sticking it inside the case to just protect it some. Now, oh my gosh, I forgot how good it felt though. You know, sticking it into the cover, I hadn't felt it in a while, and it feels so good. It feels so good. I do see some from the cover pulling apart. I mean, not pulling apart like loose, but from the bend. Okay, right there, you can see where it bent some, and so you can see how it's showing the inside of the last few sheets or fly leaf back there. But if you push this, it actually covers it up because it was pulling it. So, and if you see, pulled, and then if you let it go, see, it got a little hump, and there, it's holding together well. It doesn't look like it's separating or anything like that. It was just a little hump, and I didn't want to risk possibly it actually doing some damage, so I just took it out because I only have a month left in here. And like I said, I forgot how good it feels until I took it out. So it's working out fine. I am still going back to rings though, unfortunately. I wouldn't be opposed to buying one and punching holes doing it and putting it into my rings, because I do like the planner and the planner setup itself. I'm just a rings person, and yeah, and I kind of knew that going into it, but I did want to try a notebook because I want a full year in one. I'm thinking about doing my daily separate from my actual planner and having that as a full year in something. Don't know yet. It's a little far out for me to decide that for certain. Okay, if you can see this here, oh, that's not it. Yeah, that one is on here for that. That's two. But anyway, it was just a little humpy right up in here. When I pulled it out, it straightened out without any problem. But what I was saying is I was thinking about maybe doing my dailies in a bound book and doing the rest of my stuff in a rings. One thing I thought about as I was watching a video this morning, she has all the trackers up in the front for the quarter, for each quarter of the year. But I was thinking, why not put the trackers with the monthlies? That would be a good idea, I think. So when I set up my rings for next year, I'm going to think about that. I also like a lot of yearly tracking. And I think I mentioned this on another video before. I like a lot of yearly tracking. So this is a yearly tracker. I have a perpetual one. I have a calendar events one and an index one. And then I have my husband's work tracker. I have my on-site remote, and I have my PTO. Those are all yearly trackers. So I think having more yearly tracking options in not just this book here, but in a bound planner book, period, could also enhance the functionality of the book. At least 3 maybe yearlies, like, well, I'll say maybe 2 of this kind, and then 2 or 3 of this kind, the one that she has in here already. I think that'll be a good thing, possibly adding. But I've enjoyed the book itself. It's fine. Like I said, I'm just more of a rings person. I do like to be able to remove my stuff, take it in, take it out, move it to another section, all of that. And I just don't have that in the book. Dailies, I probably won't be taking stuff in and out, you know, moving the dailies around, because I would keep the dailies in order. So that's why a daily bound notebook may work for me. But as far as the weeks and other things, not even the weeks, other things that I track in my planner, other things I include in my planner, those things don't work, doesn't work in a bound notebook. And at the moment anyway, even though it's been okay not having it in here, I'm not okay with not having those things in my planning system. And I don't want to add my rings into the planning system, because the majority of my planning actually does occur here. But there are some things that I want in my planner that are not in this. So yeah, one other thing is back here. We have, you know, a few note pages. I forgot how many of them was. I know it wasn't that many. But like this, and my taxes for my business 2025. I even have some 2024s in here for when I was starting to work on my 2024 taxes. So back here is mostly list or collections of something. And I don't like the fact that you might run out of pages, or you have to put a portion of it here and then another portion here. I don't like that. I like to be able to pop my rings open, put another piece of paper in, so that they are not separated within the book. And I know that I can keep a few pages out, but then if I keep a few pages out and I don't use all the pages and I've started another, it's a blank page in the middle of other yeah, so that doesn't work for me. Yeah. So I think other than that, those are the main 2 reasons I would be going back to the ring system. The planner itself has held up. It's gotten thick. I still would like one planner, one book, and I have 2 with this one. My gosh, it feels so good though. It does. It feels absolutely wonderful. Do I have her notebooks? I think I have a notebook. I have to go and see. I'm gonna have to go and see, because if I have her notebook and it feels, yeah, I think I do. It feels like this. This is, yeah, this feels wonderful. Maybe I can use the notebook for daily next year if I have a notebook. And if it's you know, have pages, enough for daily pages. Because then again, I wouldn't want to start a notebook and then not use it. So I don't know. I'm working through it, y'all. I do know for certain that I will be back in rings. So the tracking piece, and then the collections, not being able to keep them all corralled together, those are some things that I miss within my ring planner. I know they can add tracking in here, but if you add tracking, then there's always going to be somebody who's going to say, oh, I don't need that many trackers. And then somebody's going to say, oh, I need more trackers. So, you know, you have to just do what's best for, you know, what you think. But those are things that, you know, for me, if I was creating a book, I would have more trackers because I use more trackers and would like to use more trackers because I would like to get pretty consistent at them. I do like the how they're tabbed out for each month. Although I use these little tabs up here for them to get to the month. Yeah, but I'm getting ready to go into another book, and that's going to be sad because I like a used book. So I have to change to a new book in the middle of the year. I know some people love to change books. They like to be starting new. I don't like that. I like a used book. So until I get probably 2 months into it, I'll probably be like, until I'm about 2 months into that book, and then I'll be okay. But yeah, that's what I wanted to do, is come on and give y'all an update of how this book was holding up. It's holding up beautifully. What issues I saw, which wasn't a book issue, is how it sits in the cover after you start filling it and you have a lot of stuff in your cover. You can see that little bin right there, and see, and then some of the things that I saw were not beneficial to my style of planning. I plan on continuing to use it until the end of June and switching into the July book. I did contemplate not using the July book, just going straight into rings. That'll drive me crazy though. So I am going to use the July through December, and then I think I already know what I'm going to store these in, and I'll be back in my rings at the beginning of the year. Alrighty, I will talk to you all later. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.